So previously we made this page while we explored the basics of HTML. Now this is a very beautiful page, but without colors or any sort of style to it, it won't get us very far. So to add style to a page, we use something called a cascading style sheet to give instructions on how to color, format, and size the instructions on our page. The first thing we have to do is we have to add a link to a style sheet on our HTML page. You should add this link to the head tag because this won't technically appear on the page itself, it just affects what's on the page. To add a style sheet, you use the HTML tag link. Now, some instructions, such as the link tag, have a thing called attributes. An attribute is a way of giving an instruction more information so that it can actually work. There are a few attributes you should have when you're adding the style sheet. You should have type. The type determines what type of file you are linking to. So we go type equals open quotation mark text /CSS because it's a text file that is doing CSS. Close quote. The rel tag stands for relationship. The relationship is that it's a style sheet. So we'll write style sheets in quotation marks. And lastly, we need href. Href stands for hypertext reference. It basically tells the link tag where to look to find the style sheet in this case. So we're going to look for testing.css. With these three attributes, we can close this tag. Since there's not actually a closing tag, I did slash bracket as I showed previously. Now, the one problem here is that it's going to be looking for testing.css, but that page doesn't actually exist yet because we haven't made it yet, so we're going to need to do that. So we're going to click save so that we don't forget to save later. So we just want to save it for now. And then we're going to go new. And this will be our style sheet page. Style sheet pages will look nothing like an HTML page because they're not HTML pages. They're not meant to resemble them in any way. Basically how a style sheet page works is that you'll name the instruction. So if we wanted to change maybe stuff about the body tag, we could name body. You then use an opening curly brace to indicate the area that you're going to put your instructions in, and a closing curly brace to stop that. You'll then name what you want to change. So if I wanted to change the background color, I would go background hyphen color. Remember that you need to use American spelling in your instructions so there's no U in color. You name what you want to change, full colon, and what you want to change it to. I'm going to change my background color to black, and a semicolon at the end. So the tag you want to change, an open brace, and a closing brace around the instructions. What you want to change about the tag, such as the background color, a full colon, what you're changing it to, a semicolon. And just like before, this is not working as a style sheet page because we haven't yet saved it as a style sheet page. So we'll go File, Save As. We'll make sure we're in our CS100 folder. You'll remember that when we made the link, we set it to look for testing.css. So that is what I need to name it in order for this to work, is testing.css. It needs to be written the exact same as how I linked it in the first page or else it will not work. So I'll save it. And you can see now it's highlighting the style sheet elements. So since testing.css matches exactly how I wrote it here, if I open this page and refresh it, I get a very nice background color of black. Now the problem is my background color is now black and my text color is black, so it blots out all of my text. So to fix that, I'm going to need to change my text color. So we'll go back to my style sheet. We'll go back into my body tag. The text color is changed by color. Again, it has to be spelled American or it won't work. Color, full colon. You could pick whatever color you like that you think will look good with black. I'm going to do pink, semicolon. I'm going to save this. And it apparently took a second to load, but now my fonts are all pink because that's what I set it to be here. So whenever you want to change anything about style, you should do it on an external style sheet. When we're marking your pages, a lot of tutorials, they do colors right on the top of the page. Whenever you see that, simply put that part onto the external style sheet, because if we don't see it on this page, we probably won't go looking for it. So you might lose marks if you don't use an external style sheet. But otherwise, all style goes on this page. No HTML instructions will ever be on this page, because if you put HTML instructions here, like if I put this, that will immediately break my style sheet, like so. So just be careful about keeping the two pages different. And when you're looking at them in your CS100 folder, remember, this testing.css page isn't actually part of your web page, it's just a sheet that styles it. So when you try to open this, it won't open your page. To see the changes, you need to actually be opening the page that it's affecting, which for this case is testing.html. And that covers the basics of creating a page and styling it.